Hello, this is Rodney Dowd again, and I'm here with another video on how to help your teams be more effective. And this video is about what to do when a group struggles to create new ideas. And it doesn't have to be new ideas, they can just be struggling to really get going and really sink their teeth into whatever the issue is. And so I'm just going to tell you the solution, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about the solution. So the solution is that they need a mental warm-up. And I know sometimes people think that there's something else going on, and sometimes there is. But if you know that everybody hates each other, a mental warm-up may or may not help. There is actually some kinds of warm-ups to do with when the groups don't like each other. I have other videos on that, so if you want to find out how to do that, just send me a note and I'll send you a video on it. But a lot of times groups are it's just like if you try to get someone to do strenuous exercise without a warm-up, they're more likely to get injured and they have a really hard time getting going. So we want to get a warm-up. But here's the thing. The correct warm-up is different depending on what the group is working on. So it's important to know what your goal is and what type of goal it is. And there are two main types of goals that we know of as far as group functioning and individual functioning. And there's promotion goals and prevention goals. Now, promotion goals are goals about gain. They're goals where you need eager motivation and where you need creativity and creative energy. So if you have a group of salespeople and they need to meet their quota, well, that's a focus on gain. That something is to be gained or improved. All right. Now, the other side of the coin is prevention focus. And a prevention focus is about avoiding loss. And you have a vigilant focus. We're trying to avoid something bad happening. And that is better for analytical type of activities. And so an example of avoiding loss is if you are trying to figure out how to prevent a dam from breaking. Now you're trying to avoid a loss, and you're not trying to figure out all sorts of new and fun ideas. You're trying to figure out what are the breaking points, what are the things that can go wrong, and what can we do about them. Okay, so here's the thing. You want to figure out how to stimulate for type. So let's say you figured out, yeah, our goal is to make more money and create more products and delight consumers, or our goal is to make sure that that product does not have any defects and make sure that it doesn't hurt anybody. That's prevention. So you figured out what your type is. Now you have to figure out how to stimulate and warm up the group for the type of task they're going to be doing. And so if it's a promotion type of task, then you're going to want to, one of the warm-up activities is just list the benefits, which is really simple, but people just don't necessarily do that. So you just say, hey, everybody, before we get started today, I'd just like to spend a few moments listing some of the positive things that can come about if we succeed at what we're trying to do. So if we meet that quota for sales this month, what are some of the good things that will happen to us as a result? And they can be things that are good for the company, good for the individual, good for the world. It doesn't matter as long as you list benefits. Another thing is writing and talking about aspirations. You could have everybody write on a piece of paper for, anywhere from 1 to 5 minutes. Write about some of the goals you have in life, and they don't necessarily have to share them, even though the research shows that sharing stuff like that can improve psychological safety, or what us common individuals would call trust, a sense of trust in the group, which is really useful for group functioning. So talking about the aspirations or writing them down and then talking about them afterwards could be a really great warm-up, not only for promotion, but in general, but just for group functioning as a whole. So two really great ways to do that. Now for prevention, again, you're trying to figure out how to keep that dam from breaking. You can list the losses to avoid. If we don't succeed, what are some of the bad things that might happen and that we're trying to avoid? So if it's a dam, maybe we're trying to avoid homes from, getting damaged or people from getting hurt. All right. It looks like I forgot to write the subtopic in there. But here you would actually write or talk about obligations or duties. So you're going to write or talk about obligations or duties. So they would talk about, well, as a husband, some of my duties are taking out the trash and cleaning up half the house while my wife does the other half. Those are the obligations and duties that I would have. So you would list your obligations and duties, and people could share those too. And even though you think that people might think, really, that's kind of dumb to share that with a group, but again, it increases a sense of trust in the group. when people share things. And even though they're very ordinary things, what people are going to notice is that they have a lot of duties in common with each other, and they end up learning about each other. So it's a great thing to do for increasing trust in a group as well, which we know from the research improves group functioning. So, and that would also improve their analytical abilities if it's an analytical task. And just like these will improve a person's ability to generate new ideas and create new options. So that is it. You know what to do. If your group is struggling to create new ideas, you can figure out what type of goal you've got and then stimulate the group for that type. And the research shows that warm-ups really do help improve the productivity of groups, just like they improve the productivity of exercise, which is why doctors and coaches ask people to do physical warm-ups. It's also good to do a mental warm-up. Okay, well, this is Rodney Doubt from scienceofgroups.com. Thank you for watching this video, and please go to scienceofgroups.com to see more videos like this. When you go to that site, you can go there and subscribe to get more videos, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click the subscribe channel. I add new videos every single week, and if you submit some ideas to me or problems you're experiencing in your group, I can make a video specifically to address your issues and concerns, if I haven't already made one. And the advice is based on science. So go ahead and do that if you're ready. All right. Thank you so much. Bye.